There is fierce debate across this country tonight over whether state and local law enforcement have the power to fight illegal immigration and do the job that our federal government won't do. Houston, Texas officials have aggressively fought efforts to expand their powers to fight illegal immigration. Tonight, the cold-blooded killing of a Houston police officer, allegedly by an illegal alien from Mexico, has reignited the debate. Bill Tucker reports.
Officer Rodney Johnson will be buried on Wednesday. He was murdered, shot 4 times in the back of the head last Thursday, allegedly by this man, Juan Leonardo Quintero. Quintero is an illegal alien. He was deported 2 years ago after being convicted of sex crimes with a child. Quintero illegally returned and was living in Houston, in part protected by the city's policy of not checking immigration status of individuals. Houston's police chief, Harold Hurt, publicly blaming the federal government for Quintero's illegal presence in Houston. His critics think he's shirking responsibility.
There's a brave officer that's dead, and instead of owning up and facing their responsibility and making this thing right, they're turning it on the federal government. I agree the federal government should have done their responsibility of securing our borders, but so should our local, so should our state.
Houston officials deny they have a sanctuary policy, but General Order 500-05 states, quote, officers shall not make inquiries as to the citizenship status of any person. In June of this year, a group of police chiefs from the United States and Canada, headed by Houston's current police chief, issued a paper saying, quote, immigration enforcement undermines the trust and cooperation with immigrant communities. The statement making no distinction between legal and illegal immigrants. And opponents of sanctuary policy say there is another disturbing signal also being sent.
The sanctuary laws are sending a message to police that they may not use every tool in their tool chest against illegal alien criminals, and that is allowing people to stay on the streets.
Ironically, while many major cities have similar policies, such policies were outlawed by federal law in 1996. Now, there were a number of factors that resulted in the fatal shooting of Officer Johnson, lax enforcement of immigration laws being one of them, which begs the question, at what price are we willing to pay before we take these laws seriously? And Lou, we got a call from the mayor's office just moments ago saying that they want to clarify that that sanctuary policy, that order issued in 1992, has been rescinded. But that raises more questions, frankly. Why did the mayor fight a ballot initiative that would have been on the ballot in November, which would have required police to check immigration status of the people they arrested? And it differs with the police chief's statement in June of 2006 saying local police shouldn't have immigration enforcement responsibility.
And this is the same police chief right now who is putting the blame for this officer's death at the feet of federal border security and immigration officials, our lawmakers, and our president.
Yes.
This is, I think, a period of awakening in this country. The idea that cities all across the country, many cities, have passed so-called sanctuary laws, enforced them, in point of fact, which is in direct contravention of federal law. They're unlawful ordinances. And secondly, that we are paying such a price in this country and have been hidebound by this orthodoxy, this political correct orthodoxy, suggesting that we simply cannot and should not enforce immigration laws and what war on terror, leave the borders wide open. We're paying very, very heavy prices in the way of consequences. Bill Tucker, thank you very much. Officer Rodney Johnson, a 12-year veteran of the Houston Police Force, will be buried tomorrow morning. He leaves behind a wife, 3 daughters, and 2 sons.